Hi, my name is Temi and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to start your own bullet journal. So this is a beginner-friendly tutorial just to explain to you what the system is, how it works, and how you can start your own. I like to make arty kind of spreads. I am an artist as well, so I do like to use it as a creative outlet. Now, some of you might have just stumbled upon this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about. A bullet journal is basically a planner that you make from scratch. So it's completely customizable. You draw in the kind of spreads you want, and depending on how you do it, you do each week as you go along. Make sure you watch it to the end because I'll give you some top tips to help you. In this video, I will show you how I bullet journal. So I'll explain to you all the terms that are used, such as future logs and weekly spreads, and give you all the tips and ideas to get started. Bullet journaling was a system invented by Ryder Carroll. He says it's used to track your past, order your present, and plan your future. So I've actually got the book, The Bullet Journal Method. I would advise anyone that's new to bullet journaling, or even if you're quite experienced in it, just to have a read of this book. He also released a video explaining the process. I'll link that in my description box, so you can definitely have a look at that if you're interested in understanding it. What will you need? Firstly, and most importantly, you need a book. So most people use dotted notebooks, but it's completely up to you what you use. You can start with lined paper, and I would say start with whatever you've got just to get in the habit of the process. In terms of books, I've used a few. I'm actually on my third book at the moment. I've used the Lemon, the Beechmore, and I'm presently using an Archer and Olive book. Secondly, you're going to need pens/markers. Again, if you're just starting, you can just start with normal pens that you've got around your house, and you can use highlighters as well to make it a little bit more colourful. The first packs of pens I got were the Crayola Super Tips. I have links to all the materials that I talk about and all the materials I use down in the description box if you're interested in anything I use, because it's all linked. I always have a pencil and an eraser handy. I would say this is key if you're planning on doing any doodles in your bullet journal. Lastly, a few things that you don't necessarily need but might be nice to have. Watercolors are nice if you're artistic. If you just want to add a hint of color, it's great. And washi tape, honestly, is perfect for a lazy day spread. It's very good. Now, in terms of how to do it, the amazing thing about bullet journaling is that it's completely customizable. It's everything you need in a journal. So two people's bullet journals can look completely different because I might want to track certain things they have no interest in tracking. For example, I've got things like mood and habit trackers, and other people might have more fitness trackers. It's completely up to you what kind of collections you put into your journal. But I'll show you how I do it, and I'll show you which ones are more compulsory or more common, and then which ones I've added that help me personally and might also help you. The way the system works, you have a future log and you put information about anything happening quite far in the future, so anything beyond the month that you're on. Then you have the monthly spreads that you make, so you transfer information from your future log to your monthly spread each month, and you transfer information from your monthly spreads to your weekly spreads. Now, I recently uploaded my 2020 setup video, and that might help you, so I'll link that on the screen. So in the general setup, you have your yearly setup. This contains things that aren't specific to the month, things that can span the entire year. It's the beginning spreads in the book, so it's things such as your key. The key is important because it helps you use the system well to be able to mark tasks as completed or to migrate them forward if you need to. So Ryder Carroll also advises people to use an index. I don't see the point of an index, to be very honest. If I'm trying to refer back to a spread, I generally remember what month it was in, just remembering what doodles or sketches I had around that page. I don't feel the need to have a specific page to say this is where something is. However, many people do use indexes. Next is the future log, and this is a span of all 12 months, and this is where you write down tasks that occur in the future. The future log is fantastic because you can then take a group of items from your future log to the following month when you set up that month. Now I'll go through some bonus spreads that you don't necessarily need but will definitely be nice to have. Firstly, a cover page. I just have a simple 2020 cover page that I made just to start off the journal. Of course, it's completely unnecessary, but I think it's nice to look back on. Next is the grid spacing sheet, and I got this idea from Amanda Rachley. I love her spreads, and it's fantastic so you don't have to count every single dot on the page each time. Another one I've included is a memory spread, and this is more for a sentimental reason, just to be able to look back on my journal and just remember it for the nice people I was with or the nice things that I did in that year. These groups of spreads that I've just talked about are collections. Some people have other collections such as a period tracker for the whole year. They have mood trackers for the whole year and different things like movies to watch, places to visit. The bullet journal is completely customizable. It's anything you want it to be. Next, we've got the monthly spread. Generally, these are themed. It doesn't have to be themed, however, if you do want to go simple. I love drawing in my journal. I love doodling. And so it's important for me to have a theme that I can then be creative around. The monthly spread starts with the cover page. This is definitely not compulsory, but I think it's good to just be able to introduce whatever theme you've got that month. Then a more important spread is the monthly spread. And in Ryder Carroll's version, he has it in a list form. I don't think that works for me at all. It's hard to include multiple things in one day. And for me, I have it in squares, and each month I do the same kind of layout, but with a different theme around it. The next spreads I have are not really that important. This is where you can change it up for whatever you need. I've got a mood tracker and a habit tracker. For my mood tracker, I try to relate it completely to what theme I have that month. So for different months, I tried to make it as close to the theme. For September, I had my graduation theme. So I had it as graduation caps being thrown in the air. For August, I had the butterfly theme. So it was a big butterfly. It's also important to have it near my habit tracker page. It's interesting just to be able to see the relationship between these things. Next, I have my weekly spreads. So how the weekly spread works is the monthly spreads has an overview of everything you want to do that month. And when the week comes, you then take some tasks that are already in your monthly spread, you add them to your weekly spread. But I would also include to-do lists of everything else I want to do. Some bonus spreads that I have that you might also like is a gratitude log. I love being able to think about one thing in a day that I'm thankful about. I also include an art brain dump page. I did mention that I'm an artist, so I use this page to plan things. You can also include quote pages, and I think quote pages are so nice. Generally on my monthly cover page, I would have a quote page on the side. Sometimes I make it a Bible verse. It's just whatever I need that month. So I hope that helps you get started. I've just run through how I do it from yearly spreads to monthly spreads to the weekly spreads. I hope it comes as a source of inspiration if you are looking to do arty spreads, or if you're just thinking about starting. I hope it helps you with key information on how to start. If you do have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'm happy to answer whatever questions you might have. So here are some top tips that should help you. Firstly, I would say plan out your spreads. It's very hard to just look at a blank paper and know exactly what you want to put on each spread. And even if you're going very minimal with your setup, I think it's important to know exactly what you want on each spread. But if you're a bit of a perfectionist like me and you want everything to just look as amazing as possible, definitely plan out your spreads before you put pen to paper. Don't wait to start. I don't know when you'll be watching this video. You might be watching this video halfway through the year and you're thinking, oh no, it's too late to start in 2020. No, you can pick up that pencil and start now. You can start in a notebook you've got at home if you want to start like that, but just build a habit. This is a new system for you, so you don't actually know if it will work for you. The last thing you want to do is buy a bunch of materials, buy expensive notebooks, buy expensive pens, and then after a month, a week, it's not for you. You would have wasted all your money. My next tip is don't come and die. And I say that to say, if you're not artistic, don't kill yourself to try to make your journal artistic. It's very nice to have an artistic journal. For me, it is a creative outlet, so I love it. However, if you're not artistic, don't get discouraged by artistic spreads you see online. There are very many minimal spreads that look amazing. Speaking on the topic of if you're not artistic, there's so many other ways that you can add some arty elements without actually drawing. So you can add washi tape, you can add stickers, you can add cutouts, or you can actually print pictures. On that same kind of note, if you struggle with calligraphy, there are many tutorials online. I'm actually thinking of making a how-to for calligraphy for beginners. So if you're watching this from the future, it might already be on my channel. But if you struggle with calligraphy, download fonts from websites like thefont.com, print it out and trace it. Don't be afraid to copy. And I say this to say, there is a massive bullet journaling community online. Pinterest has so many ideas. Any theme that you can think of, you can just put it in on Pinterest and somebody has probably done it and will have all their spreads there for you to gather inspiration from. So I say don't be afraid to copy. However, I think that you should give credit where it's due. So if you find someone's spread and you've copied it, if you know who the source is, you should definitely give them credit. So I've got a 2019 flip through of all my 2019 spreads if you're interested in seeing those, if you want more inspiration. I also upload all my spreads on my Instagram, so it's temi.journals if you want to have a look at those. Fixing mistakes in your bullet journal is easier than you think. Don't be too scared of anxious to do it or to start, because actually there are many ways of fixing mistakes. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of tips. I'm gonna make another video on just how to fix bullet journaling mistakes. But I would definitely say have some Tipp-Ex on hand. Finally, the bullet journal is whatever you want it to be. So all of the tips I've given and all of the advice I've given is really just a guide. I'm just trying to help you get started, but how you do it ultimately, what spreads you include, that's completely up to you, and no one can tell you any different. As long as it's not just aesthetic, it's actually functional. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you. I hope it can help you get started, or it can help you get back into bullet journaling if you struggled with it. Please like and subscribe. Let me know any questions you have in the comments if anything is unclear, and I hope this has inspired you to start bullet journaling. It's one of the best things I've ever done, and I'm so glad that I've got this avenue and this channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Goodbye.